Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to what is going to be the first part of our second generation. So I'm thinking in the same way that with my 100 Baby Challenge, we have season 2 for second gen. I'm doing the same thing here. So we're going to have season 2 part 1, which is Gen 2. Now, the fam are, doing their thing, cleaning up around the place. When I say the fam, it's the kids. Andrea, who is the only teen left. Well, technically these three are still teens, but I tend to view Rose and Isabella as more adulty because they're towards the adulty end of being teens, and in medieval times they would have been married with kids by now. So she's taken off and is digging and harvesting and stuff. She has not yet reconciled with Colton. He is still mad at her. So what I'm going to have today happen is that it's been a week in game, let's just imagine, because I actually don't know what day that Zachary and Olivia left, but they're going to come home today. And, it'll be a big whole reuniting thing. David is not yet married to Alana because obviously he didn't want to do that while his parents were away. So they've come home. They're feeling really, really weary, except for Zachary, who's obviously got some vim and vigor in his step. So he's also going to sit there. He was like, that puddle needs mopping and I'm in a hurry. Olivia and Zachary are talking to David, and the girls are slowly meandering their way over to listen. They're like, so how's Oliver? Is he okay? He said he was sick. Is he unwell? We were hoping we'd get a letter from you. And it's like, well, we weren't there long enough to send a letter. We'd be arriving back home at the same time as the letter. I like how she's using her mind powers to tell this story. Oh, there we go. She must have heard me. So they're explaining about how Oliver is a vampire, which is obviously very shocking. He can't come home because he has no self-control, and he married Jewel, who stayed behind. So obviously Zachary and Olivia are going to have to go across to break the news to Jared, which is a whole other thing. But they're basically explaining, look, he's fine, but he is a vampire, and that's obviously very distressing. But he's got Jewel with him. Caleb and Lilith seem like good people, and Jewel will look after him. The girls and David are like, well, can Jewel really protect Oliver from vampires? And Olivia's saying, look, what we didn't realise about Jewel is that she actually is a spellcaster. So they're obviously all very pleased by that news. They're like, yay! So that's exciting. Now, David also has to talk to his parents about his relationship with Alana. David is going to talk to his dad, and he's going to tell him about how he has proposed to Alana, and he's gone and seen not Reginald. Why do I keep forgetting his name? Sir Edison Roos. He's gone to see Sir Edison. And Sir Edison said yes, and Olivia's like, well, that's wonderful news, David. So they're now going to have a conversation about they obviously need to plan a wedding. But in the meantime, Rose, who's doing push-ups, and Isabella also want to talk to their parents. So the girls are coming out here. They want to talk to their mum and basically explain that they want to move out. This is obviously a bit of a shock because they're not married off. And they probably should be. So Rose is like, Mum, something else exciting happened. I got offered a job as a bartender across in Windenburg on the mainland. They've offered me a job as a bartender and I can start next week, but I think that means that I'm going to have to move off the island because it's like the commute across on the ferry and everything means that it's going to be too hard. Olivia's going to say, look, Rose, I don't think that's a great idea. You're a young lady. You'll be on your own. And people can, a young woman on her own in the world is quite vulnerable. And Rose is like, look, I understand that, Mum, and I will be careful. But also Isabella's like, well, I'm going to go with her, Mum, so she won't be on her own. I'm going to go with her. We'll live together and it will be amazing. Obviously, Zachary and Olivia have concerns, but the fact that Rose has actually lined up work for herself, it's hard for the family to support all of the girls and fund dowries and everything. And the fact that Rose has got work already. Like, that's really good news. Now, Isabella, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with her yet. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. In the long run, she won't be staying in the household with Rose, but I thought it was a short-term measure until Rose gets hitched, because she needs to get hitched. I thought I'd have Isabella move in just for the realism factor. Now, obviously, there are careers she could do. Not a lot, though. And it actually says in the rules for this generation, it says a couple of things. It says for the bonus, it says you have to have the husband join the culinary career. And to get the bonus so you have more money for the third generation, you need to have a sim either get to level 10 in the culinary career or complete both aspirations, like both cooking aspirations. But to complete either cooking aspiration, you have to be in the culinary career, which means it has to be the husband. Now, I'm actually contemplating, again, having the husband do something else. I've downloaded a custom... Why is it so dirty? I've downloaded a custom career, but, you know, we'll see. It'll depend. The sim I have in my mind for potential future husband material, they may not get on. So we'll see how that goes. But that's the plan. Gonna move the girls out. I'm actually... David had he proposed? I think he had proposed to Alana. So obviously the family does need to meet her. I could have... Hang on, I clicked on the wrong sim. I guess I could have Alana come over, and I think the parents actually had already met her. Let's confirm. Lovers, girlfriend. Okay, they're not actually engaged yet. I'm going to have David suggest that she come over. I wonder how much of this, because David obviously was kind of romantically interested in Jewel as well, but also not. Like, I wonder how much his sort of pursuing of Alana is motivated by that. I actually don't think much. I think more of his pursuit of Alana is motivated by the fact that he's attracted to Lady Isabella, not his sister Isabella. I really need to rename one of them because it's not cool. Maybe I'll change Lady Isabella to Lady Belle or something. All right, she can start a yard sale. So we've got Alana coming over, and maybe little David could propose to her and we'll see what she says. Now, I will do a wedding for David, but unless you guys are keen, I wasn't planning on doing rotational gameplay between all the families. So he's going to brighten her day and, you know, be like, hey, Alana, guess what? And she's like, what? I love how they came in here. Isabella, please don't follow. This is a private conversation. Oh, we have some problems going on here. I talked to Mum and Dad and they're completely fine with us getting married. So, you know, Annabeth's come tearing in. That's nice. Let's just pretend that they're not all there. Let's just pretend it's just the two of them. I don't know if they're romance is high enough to propose, actually. We did have this problem, didn't we? Oh, no, it is. So he's going to try and propose to her. I'm thinking I'm going to move the girls out in the morning, just so you know. But I am doing it in this part. Because obviously that's a thing. So David's like, look, my parents, oh, honey, in the puddle of water and all. I hope she says yes. I mean, it's not the most romantic location in the world. Look, so cute. Have to get a screenshot. Hang on. Cute. She said yes. That's so exciting. Poor Rose. I'm making you do all the chores. All right, can you mop that up? So cute. All right, so these guys are engaged. It's official. We will have them get married, but like I said, I'm not going to do rotational gameplay. And we'll probably just have the wedding be like a thing that Rose attends. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is let these guys like have a nice celebratory dinner for the fact that Zachary and Olivia are home. And then in the morning, I'm going to move the two girls out. I am going to give them some, like, decor items to take with them. The house that I've got, I've basically fully pushed to the limit the finances we had available. I think they're going to have literally nothing left by the time they might have, like, 2 simoleons when they move in. And it's a bit bare bones because the rules were I could have 20,000 simoleons plus the cost of the lot worth of house. So, you know, it's a starter. Obviously, Rose already has a few things. Like, she's got a couple of rugs. She does have a knitting basket so she can make more stuff. She's got a couple of things her brother made for her. She's got the toy she had as a child, and she has a single frog. I could put a couple of Dirt Surfer frogs in her inventory as well to like supplement our income. But we'll see how we go. David has, who are you and why are you in my bath? Who are you? Sylvester Honeycutt. This is the same nobleman that was looking like a homeless person. Yeah, that's not cool. Anyway, I'm going to skip through it all morning. I didn't show you guys that we took an awesome sepia photo, because I'm pretending that those exist in this time frame, of Oliver and Jewel and brought it home. We popped that on the wall. It's very, very cute. And I've moved the picture of Zachary and Olivia out here as well. So there you go. The kids, Rose and Isabella, were up super early and they're basically ready to go. Now, I'm going to have the parents kind of say goodbye to them both. So, I mean, they won't be gone for long, but basically give them hugs. Where's Rose? Oh, why are we... No, Bella. No, I thought someone died. We'll give Rose a hug as well. And she's going to be like, look, if ever you girls need anything, we're only a ferry ride away. Obviously, your brother can come over and help as well. Although, you know, he's going to be getting married soon. He's going to have a young family, presumably at some point. So, and poor David's ears are probably inside and burning like crazy. So I'm going to get him to come out and sell everything. Now, what I've done is I've given Isabella I've given her 2 frogs. I've given her 2 of all of the food, vegetable items that we owned. Now, obviously the flowers are where the money is in The Sims 4. Once they get to be quite good quality, you can get quite a decent amount of money for flowers that are evolved. And the flower arranging table is where Rose and the family are actually making the vast majority of their money now. We're not going to have flowers. We're not going to have a flower arranging table. This is the servant generation, not the farming generation. And I've decided, rather than just living in the exact same way off the land, that it made more sense to just have like a little kind of cottage garden. There is one thing that Olivia does want to give the girls, which is very important to her. She's going to give her the Encyclopedia Vampirica Volume 1, because she read the whole book and has like learned everything there is to know about vampires from it. And if her girls are going to go off into the world, she wants them to understand, because she doesn't want her kids to be threatened in the same way that Oliver was. Alright, you guys. Now, this is the little house that I have made for Rose. The rules for the house for the second generation are 4 rooms only instead of 3. There are some restrictions on the quality of items, but again, I've ignored that the same way that I did in the previous generation, because I've chosen things that look old. You know, like the cheapest fridge looks like a modern fridge that's just really, well, modern, like 20-year-old fridge. So all of the landscaping is debug items, because I had 20,000 to play with and I couldn't afford it. I've been a little bit cheeky in that I've called because of the hollow here that looks down into the ground floor, I've called this part of this room. So technically you could argue that we had 5 spaces, but this space is not usable for much except maybe like a chess table and stuff. So it's very sparse, like I said, because choosing to have 2 floors and stairs, and I've built it with the intention that we won't have to move the walls at all. So we'll fill the space once we, have a family and stuff with Rose. So that's the plan. I've given her space for a veggie patch, like a little cottage garden. We don't have chickens. We don't have a laundry yet because I couldn't afford it. I will put a laundry in because I like that sort of added realism. And maybe down the track, when I can afford the decor items, I'll get chooks and stuff as well. So I think it's super cute. There is a version of this on the gallery, but the version on the gallery isn't the 20,000 simoleon version. It's about 40,000 simoleons, because when I first built the place, I realized I was halfway through decorating it and I'd run out of money. And I was like, what I'll do is I'll keep going, finish decorating it, upload it to the gallery, but I actually saved a version that was at the point where I was running out of money, and that's this version. So we've got rooms for the 2 girls for now, like I said, until Isabella moves out, and then I anticipate that this will be the kids' room once Rose has a kid. That'll be her room with her partner, whoever that ends up being. And, you know, we've got a nice little indoor bathroom. I'm hoping that the shower works. It's possible it's slightly too close to the bath. We'll see. So I think it's super cute. It needs more clutter. It's very bare bones at the moment, but I'm really, really excited, you guys. So excited. First thing we're going to do, oh gosh, there's a heat wave. So that's great. I also want to put a fireplace here, but I couldn't afford it because I've put on the roof in that location a chimney and I want a fireplace, but they're expensive. So we're just going to have to wait. Here are my thoughts on the aspiration. It says we have to complete the culinary career or the 2 aspirations to get the bonus, like I said. But to do either aspiration, I think you need to get to like level 7 in the culinary career anyway. What I'm thinking instead, Rose is actually going to go work at the inn instead of her going off site. I'm going to pay her, I don't know, like 80 simoleons a shift or something like that. Not a huge amount of money. And we'll take her to the pub where she can work on her mixology skill because she's already at level. Oh, hey, look at all those beans. I remember telling you to harvest those. Oh, actually, no, that's right. She had a couple of packets of vegetables. So we're going to open those. Oh, bills aren't going to arrive today, are they? Oh, God, I hope not. We're supposed to have 12 simoleons, by the way. That's how much money we have. That's how Rose is going to earn her money. And I want her to get to mixology level 10. That's one of her requirements is she has to get to mixology level 10. And I don't know what Isabella's going to do yet. And her husband, when she marries, has to get to level 10 in his career. So she's already cooking 10, I'm pretty sure. So she has to max out, instead of completing both aspirations, she has to max out her cooking mixology, and it'd be good to do gourmet cooking. We'll see how we go. That's her requirement. The husband has to finish his career. The career I've got in mind is I've downloaded a CC blacksmith career. I figure blacksmith is a rough equivalent to like a bartender, servant, that kind of thing. Possibly it's slightly more upper class than a servant, but the blacksmith CC career basically requires them to do a bunch of handiness related things. So we would need to get like a woodworking table and all of that kind of stuff down the track. But that's my plan. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know in the comments. If you think I should actually have the husband join the culinary career and do the culinary aspirations, let me know. Because, you know, if you guys are all overwhelmingly in favour of me strictly following the rules, obviously I can. No, Caleb, you're in the Forgotten Kingdom and we are in Windenburg. We cannot. So this is going to be our little garden. We do have a little bit of extra space for plants. I only brought 2 of each. I think I'd like to get them a bee box and put it sort of in the middle here somewhere. Actually, I'm going to drag that across. So we'll put the bee box there when we get one. But for now, we have no money. I can... Oh, hey, carrots. I can sell one of these because I actually just had her breed the frogs. So that gets us to 112 simoleons. We're rich. All right, I'll get you to start watering while your sister finishes the planting. In the meantime, for Isabella, I genuinely don't, like I said, I don't know what I want her to do yet. I'm hesitant to do off-site careers. What puts me off the Sims inbuilt careers is actually the lack of realism of them like coming home in their culinary outfit. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how careers come with like outfits. It kind of puts me off. I'd rather do it myself. I know I'm choosing to do it the hard way and the way that will mean we get less money, but we do have a garden, which means we can sustain ourselves in terms of food. We have the knitting option to supplement our incomes if we have to, although knitting is not the way. Knitting and plopsy, like, you don't make that much money. Like, the flower arranging is the way to go, but we're not obviously going to be doing that. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to lie. What I might do... Oh, the other thing is that once a week, Rose has to have a dinner party at a noble's house where she has to cook them food. That's part of her culinary thing. I'm thinking because she's not going to be doing the career, I might reimburse her for that as well. Like, she might get like 100 simoleon bonus for a dinner party at a noble's house. I'll change the calendar reminders for the Saturdays from taxes due to the, you know, dinner party thing. We may do them more often because I feel like that sort of makes for more entertaining, like, video as well, rather than her just disappearing off site. In terms of careers for Isabella, let's have a quick look. and see if there's anything that would work. Oh, wait, they're still teens. I could have her get an after-school job. So we've got... there's one that's babysitter. Get paid to play with kids and keep them safe. You get to be in charge. $33 an hour from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. So it's 6 hours. That's quite a bit of money. We could call it a nanny. Isabella could be a nanny. Like a governess. I mean, why should be a governess? She hasn't got an education. She's more likely to be just looking after the little ones. Like, she can't teach them. Blacksmith is the one we're looking at for the husband. I actually think babysitter. We're going to have her be a babysitter. I think that might be a CC career as well. I honestly can't remember. So it's part-time and she works 2 days a week. But when she does, she works 6 hours and gets $33 an hour. I think that works. I mean, I'll do that for now. And you guys, like, let me know what you think. She doesn't actually work until the weekend. And she'll be working the same day that Rose will be throwing her first dinner party. So that's exciting. So, yeah, I guess we'll have these guys, like, settle in. I've put their kind of rugs and stuff that they had, and I've put the garlic out. Oh, she's unlocked the people. Oh, everyone gets that. Every sim gets that. You have them become friends with their family, and that's enough to make them people persons. People. So, you know, I don't know what skill they're working on right now, but that's fine. So I'm thinking we'll age these guys up in the next part, and then maybe around about the next part or the part after, we'll also have David's wedding to look forward to. I do actually, now that I'm not bound by the rules to keep the house looking the way it does, the old house, I'm actually going to do it up because it's currently limited to 3. Well, it was limited to 3 bedrooms, but if they're going to have Zachary and Olivia plus David and Alana plus Andrea plus potentially any kids David and Alana have, they're going to need more rooms. At the very least, all of the couples need a separate room so that poor Andrea is not seeing things she doesn't want to see. Let's be real. So let me know what you guys think of the house and the sort of how I'm planning on handling the bonus for this generation. And I'd also love to hear from you about how much you want me to visit the other households, because I don't want to do full-on rotational gameplay where we're like one each episode's in a different house, you know, like Oliver and then David and then these guys and then Andrea once she moves out. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that would be a bit much. But I'm happy to drop in and visit them occasionally if you guys are interested, if you want to be like, hey, so how's David going? Or alternatively, I'll just drop in there and have them have life events off screen, and then these guys will find out about it and visit and interact. I'm kind of leaning towards the latter, but I'm happy to do what you guys want, so let me know. I'm going to end this part here. Hopefully you guys are happy with what I've done so far, and if you have enjoyed, as always, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands. I catch you next time. Thanks for watching.